Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your November reading. Let's go ahead and get started with the card from my intuitive deck here. See what comes through. What is it that Sagittarius needs to know for November? All right. There is no one straight path. Now, when you have a goal and you want to get to that goal, right? You want to get to that outcome, it's really easy for us to say, well, here's my plan, and we can put down our step-to-steps. And I like that. I think it's a really good time for us to be doing that kind of stuff. But I also think for Sagittarius, things are going to get interesting. And as much as you may have a plan or want to put together a plan for how to get to point A to point B, I want you to be prepared for some really cool surprises and some really cool interactions, collaborations, new meetings, like all these types of new things that you were unable to take into account. Because I feel like the universe is saying, Sagittarius, we're going to do this, but we're going to make it fun. We're not going to lock you into a box. So as much as you want to have a plan, and that's great to have a plan, just be prepared for it's like the plan and the strategy that you have in place is really attractive. And you're going to be attracting things to you. You're going to be pulling in this other stuff. Now, it's not meant to sidetrack you. It's not meant to throw you completely off course. It's meant to supplement you, to motivate you, to help you be more enthusiastic, and to really keep that momentum going. Your focus is so important because some Sagittarians will get sidetracked and they will get carried away with things, and then they'll completely lose sight of why they initiated everything to begin with. So I don't really know that this has any advice to it. It's just like be prepared. Be prepared for the unexpected, but like the unexpected wanted, right? The things that are wanted. I don't think I'm seeing anything negative coming your way in terms of an unexpected surprise, all right? It feels like cool people, cool ideas, a cool environment, and some really cool open doors. Okay, it just feels cool. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels cool to me. And it feels like it's something that invigorates you and makes you feel excited about your next chapter, whatever that might be. So let's see what comes through with the Animal Spirit deck. So what does Sagittarius need to know? Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, beautiful. But slow and steady toward the goal. I think I kind of have to hit that point home because of what Mars is doing. Okay, Mars right now is in Scorpio. He's going to come into Sagittarius late November on the 24th, and then he'll, make his way into Capricorn eventually. And this Mars transit during these signs, which happens every couple of years, really gives us a boost of momentum, but it's really toward a specific thing. It's not a time for floundering. It's not a time for wandering, all right? Like, your goals don't have to be huge, but I think keeping your eye on the goal and moving in that direction, no matter how slow you need to go, that's where you win. That's where you succeed. This is not a normal Sagittarius card that I would like to see, because as a fire sign, I like to see things that are a little bit faster, but maybe your ruling planet, Jupiter, being in Taurus, maybe you're kind of being forced to slow down, forced to be patient, forced to be methodical and intentional with things, and that is more likely to ensure your success. If you can embrace the slow pace and you power forward and stay focused, that's when you're going to really start attracting all these really cool things. Okay, but staying focused, the point is to win the race, quote unquote. Not necessarily against other people, not a competition, but the race is your goal, okay? How many more times can I say goal? Let's see. You're probably going to get real sick of me saying that word by the end of this reading. Okay, let's take a moon card. What is it that Sagittarius needs to know for November? Hard work is paying off. Excellent. Excellent. Great. Your hard work, your focus, your dedication, your commitment, your passion, your persistence, your consistency, it's going to pay off in a materialistic way. All right. This is not something where you're just going to get an internal sense of fulfillment. And while that's great, and that's probably the biggest accomplishment, having the material and the external results can also be very encouraging. So I'm seeing now, because of this card, I don't know that everything is going to come through in November. Okay, this is probably going to continue on through Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces season, that kind of thing. It's going to kind of filter on, but you're on the right track. As long as you stay focused, you're on the right track. You just can't lose the focus. All right, let's see what else comes through for Sagittarius. Ace of Wands, Four of Swords, Two of Swords. Ace of Wands is kind of a new spark. Now, this is one of the cool things that I think is coming in, but it does feel like it's helping to supplement what you already have going on. It's not meant to pull you away from what you have going on. If you do have things that come in that are trying to pull you away, that's not your Ace of Wands. Okay, that's something else, because you're going to be attracting a lot, and you're going to have a lot of little opportunities and a lot of little conversations and a lot of new people. Like, they're all going to be kind of popping up out of nowhere. It doesn't mean you have to project everything onto everything and everyone. All right. You're going to know what aligns with your goal and what doesn't. And you may need to be patient and filter through a couple of L's. Okay. A couple of things that aren't for you. Filter those things out. Be honest. Be direct. That's fine. Take your time. Be patient. Slow and steady wins the race. I love the Four of Swords. It's all very peace of mind still. There's not a lot of anxiety here. There's not a lot of stress. All right? There doesn't have to be any stress with what's going on. You don't need to project anything too far out, right? Your hard work is paying off. You can have faith that you're going to start seeing results so long as you continue. You can't just stop. All right? You have to continue. Now, you may have some choices, some crossroads. Nothing too dramatic, I don't think. And as you do hit crossroads, I think both paths will ultimately lead you to where you're going. So when you hit like kind of a bigger choice this month, they're both going to lead you toward the ultimate goals, okay? Your financial freedom, your living independently, having land, your generational wealth, like your love of your life, whatever your big goals are, the choices that you have in front of you, they're all going to lead you there. And I don't think there's a threat that you're going to pick the wrong stuff unless you pick things that are completely unrelated to what you're trying to do, right? If you let yourself get so sidetracked. I would say follow the path that brings the greatest peace. And that may be the more secure path, which is not normally something I would say to a Sagittarius. A little bit more of a secure path. It might be a path that is slower, meaning you'll have to be more patient, but it also feels safe. There might be a little bit of a risk involved, but you'll also be okay with the risk. To me, it feels easy. And as long as you're in tune with your intuition, as long as you're really listening to yourself, and this Four of Swords really can be like, take a time out and contemplate. Do a meditation. You don't have to make decisions right away. You can sleep on this for a couple of nights. Want you to do what feels right. We have a moon on this card. We have water, a lot of that emotional, intuitive stuff, allowing your intuition to really guide you. This time, I think your intellect or your logic and your intuition are going to align. I don't think they're going to be in contrast with one another. So you can trust yourself. See, exactly. You can trust yourself. Beautiful. This is so not what I was expecting. So not what I was expecting as a reading for Sagittarius this month, if I'm being totally honest with you. But having all the 12th house activity through Scorpio, and I know it's your season near the end of the month, but through the beginning of November, all the Scorpio stuff, that's 12th house activity. So it kind of makes sense that you're being slowed down just a bit. Four of Wands is an indication of that stability and security as well. I already said that word or those words. There's also like being close to home, being close to things that are well established, establishing roots yourself. You know, there's also kind of a future when you think about your future. Okay, let's tie in the Four of Cups here, because the Four of Cups I often see as a really focused person. It's not the normal definition of that card, but that's how I see it sometimes. These are distractions, and here's someone who says no a lot. You may find yourself saying no a lot throughout November. No, I can't. No, I don't have time. No, I can't commit to that. No, I can't promise you this. I can't meet that deadline. And it's not that you're being negative or anything like that. It's just that you're setting the boundary and you're making sure that you're setting yourself up for success. And it doesn't mean you're not going to push yourself too, but you want to make sure you do things well. I think Sagittarius is concerned about quality right now, setting up quality things, quality connections, having quality conversations, quality choices. Not quantity, not fast, not huge leaps, quality leaps, quality choices. So, there is a lot of no, saying no in here, and rejecting things and turning things away, but not the things that make sense. The smaller things. I think there's a lot of prioritization that is required here with this Four of Cups. But remember that the more and more you say no to things that don't align, the more and more you are reaffirming your yes to the goal. So you have a goal. Every time you say no to something that's not aligned, you say yes, 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 yes. And I think that communicates volumes to, the expansive universe, to spirit. You're helping to be clear. And I think that's one of the reasons why some of the most successful people in this world are also some of the least liked people, because they say no to people all the time. People don't like being told no. That's one of the reasons why they get so far. And I look at this Queen of Coins. Now, she is definitely not a fast entity either. Nothing fast. It'll be interesting to see if we get a fast card on the last row, because she's not fast either, okay? Now, I always say she's like my gardener in the tarot. She understands that when you plant a seed, like let's say you want to plant an apple tree and you plant it from seed. So you plant the seed in the ground. Well, it may take a year for that little thing just to sprout up just a teeny tiny bit. It's going to be a couple years before that turns into a tree big enough to bear fruit. And even then, in the first year when it blossoms, you may take those blossoms off, so all the energy goes to growing the tree instead of growing the fruit, right? So it may be a couple of years. But she understands that when you provide the proper environment, and I always say, in her case, the soil, the sunlight, and the water, making sure that all three of those are appropriate and nurturing for the goal, which is to grow the tree will naturally grow. So being so concerned about your environment is huge. Making sure your environment is conducive to this success. Because if you're in an environment that's requiring too much of you, requesting, putting pressure, anything negative or whatever, if you're in that type of environment, this is maybe one of those moments where you say, how can I get out? But for most of you, I don't think that's the case. For most of you, I think this is about how do I achieve that thing while also having that sense of longevity and not losing stamina and not losing that consistency is how you get it. I know it's so boring. It's such a boring conversation to have. It's not exciting, but I think we all know it in our bones that once in a while, this is how it needs to happen. You may not be everyone's favorite person right now, and I think that's fine. Just don't be. You get to choose, you get to curate your experiences. And with the Two of Swords, like I say, there's no pressure. There are a lot of different paths that are going to get you to where you want to be. So choose the ones that not even feel right, but that, feel right intuitively, but that also just kind of makes sense. I used to work for a commercial real estate investor, and one of the things he always said to me was, usually the sexiest investments are like the worst ones. It's usually the dull, boring projects that no one wants. That's where all the money is. Maybe you're just kind of in that scenario where you're going after things that are just a little bit more logical. They're not these huge, beautiful, sexy choices. They don't sound good to other people, but they're going to get you there. So let's see. All right. Queen of Cups. More feeling. Knight of Swords. Now that's a fast card, but I don't think it's you. I think it's other people. I think you're pacing other people and they don't like it. They're on your time frame right now. Maybe you're just enjoying your life. Maybe you're just you're just taking your time because it feels better to take your time. You're patient because it feels better to be patient. Because when you're operating in, say, decades, with a plan of decades, you don't feel all this pressure to do things all at once. I'm sensing there's an immature individual around you with that Knight of Swords. Someone who's demanding a lot, and I don't think you're giving them anything with that Queen of Cups, with her back turned towards him. Not even her back is turned towards him, but there's her stone throne here. The whole back of it is turned to him. So he's literally being stonewalled, if you will. You might be stonewalling someone, people who are trying to give you these cups. But this is so the opposite of the Four of Wands. And I really, really like the Four of Wands with this turtle spirit. And even the Moon in Capricorn. There's something very earthy about what's coming through. This is also a Capricorn card. So something really earthy. Having your ruling planet, Jupiter, in an earth sign, I think is where this is coming from. It's earthy, it's slow, it's patient, it's logical, practical, but ridiculously profitable. Okay, you're going to get something from this moment. Believe me, you're going to get something from this type of activity, because when you're not putting so much pressure on stuff, it can breathe. And I think that's something that this Knight of Swords doesn't understand. The Knight of Swords could be someone environmentally that you need to get away from for now, or just not listen to. Maybe this is a client or a boss breathing down your neck or something. I just don't think that you're in a place where people can tell you what to do. I mean, you're kind of hard. It's kind of hard anyway. I mean, let's be honest here. It's really hard to tell a Sagittarius what to do. This person is trying, though, and I just don't think that is possible. I love the sun. It's so creative and something is shining. It feels like something from the inside out is coming through. There's certainly a maturity. This is oozing wisdom here, by the way. This kind of slow pace. This is what builds giant companies, and this is what builds generational wealth, and this is what builds big projects, and this is what builds great things where you're at right now, this mentality, this pace. Okay, next year when your ruling planet comes into Gemini, it's going to be like a whole different story. There's going to be tons and tons of movement. So enjoy this, because this is a very beautiful moment. And it's a lot more fertile than you may realize. It's a lot more nutrient dense than you realize. And the impact of this stuff is going to be a lot bigger than you realize too. Okay? So take your time. So let's pull out the clarifiers. So we're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these cards I'm about to pull out, and all the links for the comprehensive readings are found in the description box down below. So if you want to join me, you are more than welcome. So let's take a look here, clarifying the turtle spirit. What else does Sagittarius need to know? 7 of Wands, King of Wands, 10 of Coins. Exactly, this is what I'm saying. Profitable. Doesn't have to mean money, okay? But it can mean abundance of all sorts. Environmentally, the 6 of Coins, the Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Swords. Okay. I feel like the 10 of Swords is connected here with the Knight of Swords for some reason. All right, so let's see what comes out to clarify the Ace of Wands, 7 of Coins, 2 of Wands, Page of Cups. I feel like the Page and the 4 of Cups are connected here. The Fool, Death, and a 10 of Cups. So you got a 10 of Cups and a 10 of Coins. Beautiful. 8 of Wands, the Devil, 9 of Cups, King of Coins. Not surprised by that card at all. Not by that one either. Okay, I'm not going to take all these. I'll just take the 3 since I saw it on top there. Queen of Coins, Magician, 8 of Cups, another 4 of Swords, 6 of Cups, Strength, the World, 2 of Cups, 9 of Coins, beautiful, King of Cups, Page of Wands, Judgment, 3 of Coins, Temperance, Ace of Cups, and last card, 5 of Swords. Okay, so this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. Have an amazing November. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.